Welcome back to GT7, guys. We've got one of my buddies from the Volkswagen world here to play with us today. He's on our Discord server as well. We're going to do some 1v1 matchups, and I think we're going to have some fun with this one. Our first matchup here, we've got the MMIA FD, something like it's a hard one to pronounce. FD RX7, and we've got my Cayman GT4. It's kind of a GT4 RS type build. So he's checking his setup before we get started. This is just going to do a handful of 1v1 races and just kind of see how this goes. It should be really fun. Let's see if we can get you on the false start. Oh no, it was in reverse. I did that. I actually hit the reverse button instead of the change camera button and didn't bother to change it back. So usually I play in VR, but I figured I've done enough VR stuff today. This is like the 7th video I filmed back to back. I got a headache from all that stuff. Oh, and choked. Lance Stroll. Goes and buys yellow Blitz wheels. Oh crap, I Lance Strolled again. We got 4 laps, I can catch up. Oh man, I Lance Strolled again. I'm struggling today. What is going on with me? I go from winning a daily race to choking in the same day. I'll catch you on the straight. Car's got this straight line speed. I just can't corner worth a dang in this thing for some reason. It's almost 8 seconds ahead of my last lap in terms of time. That's crazy. And I Lance Strolled again. At least I didn't hit the wall this time. I didn't Latifi it. I just strolled it. Yikes, that's bad. I didn't bin it several times. Nope. I'm getting out of this thing. You can stay in that one if you want. I'm getting out of this car. All right, let's see. What's next? Let's go back to that same registry. I'm going to pick something that I can actually drive. Let's see. I hate driving that Corvette. I have a Corvette I could use, but I hate driving it. It's just so snappy. It's a C6 ZR1 that I down-tuned for the 700 performance point level. And it's fun when it drives straight. It puts me in the wall. Let's see, I'm going to try this one. I don't think I've gotten to drive this one yet at all. This will be its debut. I'm just going to send it. You ready? Yeah, we'll just do this again and we'll change tracks after this. Do like a best 2 out of 3 kind of deal. And make sure I'm not in reverse this time. I about let off the brakes early. About got me on a false start. One thing is I can't look back, so I have no clue where you are. So I'm actually going to have to run the radar. I usually have mine on my fuel stuff, but when I'm in, I mean, that's usually when I'm in VR and I can easily just turn my head to look to check my mirrors, but so I'm not doing that. Ooh, I saw that little half dive bomb. Oh, you made it count. Yeah, I can't quite do that with this. S550s weren't terribly heavy, but like at the same time, not lightweight either. Oh, cut that a little sharper than I should have. Oh man, I'm still like traumatized from that Cayman. So I was going really slow through there. Oh, little tail slide there. I don't got the power though to reel you back in here. Coming up on your right. I'm sure you're looking at your radar though. Yeah. Dang. Did you Mazepin it a little bit? Oh, yeah. I just gotta play defense because you're really killing me offensively. I'm having to play like super. Oh, the wheel's shaking violently, and I dirt dropped it. That corner's killing me. And you're just quick to punish me. And wall. Holy understeer. Yep. And I was like, because you know they flood. So I was like, if you rev it a ton, it won't flood. And he started doing that. And he was like, he came back in like a week later. He's like, yeah, I started doing that, and it hasn't had the same issue since. I was like, there you go, problem solved. All right, now I gotta get serious. I need a car I can actually like win this with because I'm getting spanked by freaking RX-7. It's mostly stock. Man, what extent am I gonna have to do to win this? Pretty much. I don't want to get too like crazy with the Cheese Whiz and bring out something that's like unbeatable, but you took out the Mustang, you took out my my GT4 RS, which the GT4 RS was no competition. Is this on softs or on any of the racing compounds? It is. You want to change the track? You want to say it Sardinia one more time? I can get down with that. What you thinking? You got a track in mind? Okay. Yeah. You proving my choice here? Oh, I about false started again. I remember when they announced this update, I snatched it so fast. I was like, I gotta have it. Gets a little, oh, brake, it needs a brake balance controller bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, I may have bumped you a little bit there. We'll switch back. No, I'm sure you need the slipstream and probably me to choke the braking again here. I'm braking early. I'm done with listening to this game here with this car. I'm braking like before I even hit the end of the tunnel right now because it gets so unsettled and unhappy. I thought you were going for it. I looked in the radar and you were on my right side going into that corner. I was like, he's going for the dive bomb. I was like, he's about to Daniel Ricciardo me over here. RIP that man's career. One heck of a driver, too. Oh, the understeers for real. It only took an LFA, but I'm actually fighting you now. And it's understeering so bad. I thought you had me in that corner there. That understeer was so bad. I was like, he's going to catch me. He's going to get me here. With an RX-7 against an LFA on slicks. Wait a second. I thought I heard my mom's car. Is my mom home? Her job should not have been that short. My mom is home. What the heck? Oop, should probably pay attention. This I should be able to actually drive. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, come on, stop. Man, I was like begging those brakes for a second there. I was like, man, come on. Don't be doing this like the LFA did. Still not as bad as the Ionic 5N brakes, though. Those are probably the worst brakes I've ever experienced in this game. I put the Aero kit on, and it's so much faster, but the brakes still suck. Yeah. Uh-oh. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, no. It clipped the grass. Look at the full 360. I don't know if I'm just picking heavy cars or something. I have to look again. I mean, it's an AMG GTR. It's not the lightest thing on earth, but definitely not a Challenger. So you just pull away in the corners. And then I just can't put the power down in the corners. Like, it just understeers to death. Dang, one more lap I might have been able to catch you. So I'm going to cut this clip because I'm sure it's... Is your track up again, or do you want to keep going here? Do you have one you got in mind, or just surprise pick? Pick a track where I know I have a good chance. All right. Come on, E92 M3. Don't let me down. Uh-oh, you getting a little skatey? Ooh, a little bit of grass cutting, not too bad. That is an RX-7. It's all just like the only place I'd be able to beat you at, apparently. If I lose here, I know I'm cooked. I think it's like the only track I've been able to get all golds on the course thing. Course mastery or whatever. I don't know why I stopped driving this M3. Because it's excellent. I kept the standard S65 in it, so I didn't P65 swap this one. Because, you know, gotta leave that to my E46. And that would have definitely made it really hard to do a 700 performance point build. That's something like my thing lately, is just building carts to the like GT4, Group 4 regulations. And this was one of those projects. You're still catching me in the corners, though. Goodness. Some cars I've been able to take that last corner flat out that aren't prototypes, and that always surprises me. But that's a rarity. This is not one of those cars. I can get pretty close. I think I'm like barely lifting on that last corner. but it hates the S's though. I've gone off all 3 laps so far on the S's, and it about cost me there. I about spun it. Ooh, the blind corner. Yeah, that corner's a little tough. This one right here that you're probably watching me do now is my least favorite. That's where I keep going off. Like with the 963 and stuff on iRacing and stuff, like I hate that corner. Corner's the death of me. It's like the last turn of Laguna. I hated that corner so much as a kid. Maybe it's I'm running a BMW steering wheel. Maybe that's why I'm winning. It just knows. Ooh, tail slid a little bit there at the exit of the top of the hill. Also, it's turn 5, but I'm not the best remembering corner names other than 10A and 10B at the very end. It's funny. I've done autocross across the street from this track, but never actually done anything here. Dang. Dang. Ooh. Ooh. Well, it's like the rotiforms that everyone runs, like the RSEs. I think it's the RSEs I see everyone run these days. Well, it only took me going to Road Atlanta to win, but all right, I'll change it up. I think I want to try to. Let's see. All right, we're going VR6. We're gonna try it. Let's see how it goes. The only VR6 car, well, the VGT Volkswagens, but the only other VR6 car in this game. You ready to go again, or you need a second? The Audi 465. So this thing's gonna understeer like crazy. I already know. This car used to be like the most unstable thing if it hit the brakes. Yeah, turn 2 at Le Mans, like a Lasarth, it would just sling the rear out as soon as I hit the brakes. It was super unstable. Let's do this thing. Probably only got a couple more of these in me before I need to take a chill, because this is killing my arms. Your little baby arms. I can't play on control. I suck on controller, dude. I suck on controller. It's a shame they didn't do a good job on the sound department of the VR6. Man, nobody does this car does these engines justice. Oh, well, karma for messing with me about doing it earlier. There's the understeer. I'm glad I remembered when I changed the brake balance once I found the right setting to go in the settings page and save it, so I didn't have to go and change it every single time I went on track. Because that was killing me. This car, I think I'm running like super large amounts of rear brake balance because it would get so snappy. See, I'm running. Oh, I'm actually running a -3 front bias. Okay, that's kind of a surprise. It's still understeering pretty bad though. It's understeering bad enough my wheel is like vibrating to make me notice. Oh yeah, Haldex for the win. Almost bought one of these things like the first gen with the DSG. There was one for sale in Kentucky for like $4,000, and I was gonna pull the trigger on it, but there was like no information on it, and I was just like, maybe not, because I really wanted the manual. I really wanted the manual, but then again, I was also looking at Mark V R32s, which never came in manual. And now they're just people want too much money for them. Like, shoot, there was one that was kind of clapped with a freaking straight pipe on it. The dude wanted $10,000, and he would not budge on the price. With 170,000 miles, I was like, dude, I'm not spending $10,000 on this. I'll pay $10,000 for one that's mint, not 170,000 miles with more than likely some rust. I mean, this car is a South Carolina car, so it probably wasn't rusty, but I was just like, dude, come on. It was on some like, I think it was on reps. Like, it wasn't even on like good wheels. Crazy. Holy understeer. Good old Haldex. I think I still got you in the straights, but barely. I think I barely got you in the straights. Not quite as bad. Oh. It just looked slow at first. I was like, oh, well, shoot, he's going to catch me here. I guess it's one of those cars once it gets in its stride. I think I used to run nitrous on this car. I just don't anymore. Please stop. The amount of times I had to practice 10A and 10B to finally get those corners right. That chicane used to be almost as bad as that turn at the back end of the track was for me. I'm still not beating your fastest lap, though, apparently. What's real crazy is on like the 919 being able to take that corner to 155 miles an hour plus. Foot all the way in it. Like, it's interesting. Doing it in VR is even crazier because then you get the sensation of speed with it, and it's just like, wow. Oh, yeah. I've been to the petite race. It's fun. I hate I can't go this year. But conveniently scheduled my wedding day for the same day as Petite Le Mans. But I'll get to watch it in the groom suite. Oh. Oh, yeah, all day. Dang it. I saw you in the radar, and I was like trying to give you some space, and then I went off. It's okay, I'm coming back. Ooh. He went for the block. Oh, I'm trying to give you room. I don't want to push you off. Oh, did I push you off? My bad if I did. Oh, the understeer. Come on. That's why we gotta fight to the finish here. Oh, gosh, the car is giving up on life now. It's like it knows. Come on, TT. I know you are inherently going to understeer, but I need you to not do that. I heard that tire squeal back there. Dang, you're pulling almost a full second on me overall lap time. That's crazy. Come on. Oh, you want stock suspension still? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you're killing me in the corners, though. Come on, slow down. Man, I worked hard for that one. That was a tough one. Hard, but like I did it. I have a Mark 7 that I built as like a touring car build, and it'll win, but you have to win off strategy. Like it isn't going to outright win on power and pace. Come on, TT. One more time. See, we did rolling starts, might be a little bit different. I know I get the advantage on the grid start. Oh, I braked late. I went in way too late on the brakes. Still made the corner, though. It was flashing red for a good half second before I even moved my foot towards the brakes. Because I'm weird. I don't left foot brake. I use only my right foot whenever I drive. I know that makes me inherently slower, but that's just what I'm used to. That's how I've always driven in racing games and in real life. I can't left foot brake. Plus, I tore my hamstring in my left leg when I played football, so my left leg's just not as strong. They gave me crutches and said good luck. Yep, I agree. I went through all that and it healed, and I never saw him again, so. I thought I'd enjoy crutches. I hated them too. Uh-oh. That's fine. You'll be back up on me by the time we get to the other end of the straight. If not, yeah, I just saw you pop in my radar right there at the end of turn one. I was like, see, you've already called me back. I'm getting flashbacks from when Carlos Sainz blew up on this corner back in like 2022. And he rode up this hill at the end of this straight here. Uh-oh, I bottled it. Like, actually caught on fire and everything. Like, oh, man. I had such high hopes for Ferrari. He may have. I don't remember. It's been so long. I just remember, I think Leclerc won that one barely, if I remember correctly. I remember watching because I wanted Max to lose. That was the first season I really paid attention to F1, which ironically enough was because of the whole Ukraine thing and Haas dropping Mazepin out of nowhere. I was like, huh, I kind of want to watch F1 now. Patriotism. 2022. I know he was brought in 21, but he was dropped right before 2022 started. No, he made it all the way through 2021. I think that was the only season he raced. If I remember, it may have been 2020 he raced too, but I know he was dropped before 20, like 2 days before preseason testing was supposed to start in 2022, and that's when K-Mag came in and like got P5 in Bahrain out of nowhere. Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that. Because I already got hyped for it. Because that was like the one season I really cared about being a Haas or Haas fan. I don't know how it's pronounced. Haas. Doesn't matter, I guess. But that was like the 1 year I was kind of a fan of theirs. But I was also a Mick Schumacher fan. Like, hardcore Mick fan. So I was butthurt when they cut him. Yeah, I mean, at least he's doing good in WEC now. Like, with Alpine. I think he podiumed this past year with Alpine at least once. But I hate he keeps getting skipped. Anytime a team has an opening and it's like a bottom feeder team where it would make sense to bring him in to develop him a little bit more, they don't pick him. Maybe. Like, I'm surprised Mercedes didn't put him in the car instead of Antonelli. Antonelli, I mean, his F2 season was mid at best. Like, yeah, I would have put Valtteri back in the car, honestly. Like, best case, because he was strong at Mercedes. But if they weren't going to put Valtteri in and they weren't going to put Antonelli in, I really was hoping they'd put Schumacher in the car. Because I think Mick just was not in a good environment with Gunther. All right, let's make it an even number. We'll go one more time. Do you want to change the track up since we know how these cars are going to react? Or do you want to rerun that one? Let's see. Is there another F1 track you would like to do? I mean, there's only a couple in here. I think we got Suzuka. I can get down with that. I'll do 2 laps on that because that'll be a really long race with 3 laps. 3 laps at Suzuka to close this one out. I think we're almost even. I think we are even now, right? So this is the ultimate tiebreaker. Because I know you dominated me at Sardinia. Then you took one. I think you won one of the Deep Forest races. So that's 3. And then I beat you twice at Road Atlanta. And then I just won at Red Bull Ring. So yeah, we're dead even. Here we go, tiebreaker race. Let's see how this goes. This track's got a lot of twisty bits. That's really gonna shoot me in the foot. I just gotta hope that this thing hangs on for dear life. Because I have been never good at Suzuka. Suzuka's always been my nightmare. I'm sure you just saw me snap the rear out. That was sketchy. However, I did get the gold on the Master Super License test on this with the MP44, which I think they use one of Senna's actual lap times as the standard. So maybe I can bring up some of that skill. And I did like an hour-long session here in the F1500 Formula One car, trying to master this track. But obviously, an F1500 versus a TT, it's not even remotely going to drive the same. The air, that was a lot of air. Understeer is killing me. I'm sure the viewers are hearing my wheel freak out when this car understeers because it shakes violently. This corner kills me. Is this track really that fast-paced? I guess it is. You're full throttle for a good bit of the lap, I guess. You're making like, what, 415 or 420? So not too big of a deficit in power. That's fair. That's probably exactly what's going on. Because I don't really make it a habit to adjust the downforce all that much per track. I just kind of pick a setup that I think will work and leave it. Which probably is part of my problem of why I struggle on some tracks, but I hate sometimes when I push the paddle, if I don't push it hard enough, it doesn't register it. So I'll just sit there banging off the limiter for a second like it just did. Like I have to mean it. Dude, I'm so mad. I bought the Moza table clamp because I found a Reddit post where they were like, what's a clamp you can use so you don't have to drill holes? That's not the Fanatec one because the Fanatec clamp sucks. And they said, oh, buy the Moza clamp. You have to drill holes with the Moza clamp. So I bought it. It's sitting in a box. I put it together. I bought longer bolts for it so it would fit the Fanatec wheel. Only for it to just not be able to bolt into anything because there's no holes for it to bolt into. Oh, you're coming up on my right. I'm looking at the radar. Oh, dang. No, you didn't, but I just understeered off. Dang, okay. That's not good for me. Oh, now I'm tryharding. Yep, there it goes. Yeah. That saved me from you crushing me. You would have probably started putting bus links on me if you hadn't slid right there. The understeer's killing me now though, and I'm not like actually like pushing way too hard. I'm probably gonna crash this thing. I just need to reel you in on the straight. Thought you were gonna leave the exit part off. I was like, dang, okay. Random. Oh, come on, TT. I pulled in almost a full second on you in that straight. I just need to be able to bounce off of this and, well, one, not bounce off of you, but come on, Spicy Beetle. Hey! Get over here! Ooh! Oh, goodness, the car's falling apart. And you are punishing me for it for sure. Oh, I don't know if I bumped you at all, but I think I may have, like, touched you a little bit. Hey, I'm supposed to be the one understeering here. Oh my goodness, that noise. On your right side, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it before I get into the corner. There we go, come on. It's going to be a fight to the finish. Ooh. This thing hates this corner. There's got to be a way I can try to dial out some extra oversteer on this thing. What do I have the torque distribution to? That's like, I'm going to bump it back to 35-65. Probably a bad idea. Actually, I'm going to leave it alone for now. I don't want to mess up the race here on the last lap battle just because it's like, oh, I wonder if I can get the rear end to get a little more bias. And I just spin the thing out, putting the throttle back on it here in the last couple of corners and jeopardize this. That was close. Golly, that was close. Oh, which is a shame because this thing understeers so bad. Yeah, I have the torque distribution set at 55-45, and I think maybe it needs a little bit more rear bias. And this would handle great. Let's see if I can make that adjustment. Is that... Oh, the maximum I can go to get rear bias is 50-50, it looks like. Well, shoot, that's lame. He'll just inherently understeer all the time. But I think we're going to wrap this video up for now. We might continue playing just for fun. But go follow him. I'm going to leave some links to his social medias here. cj.mk7. I don't know, do you have a YouTube channel that you want to shout out? Okay. But I'll leave some links to stuff. If you're into Volkswagen stuff as much as I am, he's really cool to follow. He's got a really cool build. So we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you all, and we'll see you all later.